Hey guys, it's Nicole6 and today I'm going to be making a pencil holder, and I did find this online. I just searched arts and crafts ideas and there was a bunch and I selected the second one, and yeah, so you'll probably won't be able to find it because I'm not going to put a description or anything, but yes, so I did find it online, but I'm doing it a little bit different, and that's why I'm not going to give them credit, is because I'm not really doing it. Yeah, so let's get started with material. So what you need is 3 or 4 of these little toilet paper rolls, and I only have 2, and so I'm just going to use 3. So I have this little leftover from December. I have this little wrapping paper holder, and so I'm just going to cut this little part to make it the same size as this, and I'll have 3. You also need decorative paper with little designs on it, and if you don't, and I just got mine from Joann Fabrics, they have really good ones, but if you don't have color decorative paper, then you can just use colored paper. I have this, which I'm going to use because I think I'm going to run out of my decorative paper, so you can just use colored paper or just a white piece of paper, that's fine. So that leads me to, if you are going to use colored paper because you don't have decorative paper, then you'll also need markers. But if you're going to use decorative paper, then you don't need markers. But if you are going to use this kind of paper or just white paper, you do need markers. So markers are optional. Yeah, they're actually optional because you don't need them. But also you're going to need scissors. I'm just using safety scissors. You need duct tape. You don't need duct tape. You can use regular tape, but I highly suggest duct tape. You also need regular tape or a stapler. And you also need cardboard. More than this, you need a bigger piece than just this, but this is all I have, so yeah. So that's all the materials. Okay, so first step that I'm going to have to do is cut this smaller to make it the same size as this other toilet paper roll. You don't have to do that unless you actually need to do this. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a random marker and I'm going to measure, and I'm going to make a little mark. Ha! That was weird. I'm just going to make a little mark where I probably am going to have to cut. And yeah, now I'm just going to cut it. Okay, so now I have my little piece, and you can even tell it's cut off, but it was cut off from here. And so yeah, step 2 is to grab all 3 or 4 of your little duct tape thingies, and you're also going to grab your decorative paper or your colored paper, whatever. Well, I guess that's your second step, is if you have to use colored paper or white paper because you don't have decorative paper, then here's your next step. But if you already have enough decorative paper, forget about this step. Okay, so I just measured, and I need this big of a piece in order to put it onto here. So I only have enough for 1, which means I'm going to have to make 2 designed paper that I designed for these 2. So what you're going to do, if you have to use this kind of paper, is that you're going to have to measure how much paper you need to go all the way around and to be tall enough. So I'm just going to measure that, and so basically I can just trace this and then cut that out from here. And so then we'll go from there. Okay, so I traced the other piece, and this is how much I need. And so I'm going to take 2 pieces of paper, colored paper, and I'm going to take them off here. So now that's all extra. And I'm going to put these 2 together, and I'm going to cut it out so I have 2 perfect pieces of paper. Okay, so now I cut them out, and I have these 2 pieces there. Let me just separate them. And here we go. So I have 2 and 3. So now what you're going to do with the 2 pieces of colored paper or plain paper, that is if you don't have decorative paper, then you're going to design it any way you want. because it's going to go right around your cup holder, because who wants a plain brown ugly cover for their cup holder? I don't want it. Or pencil holder. So you're going to design the paper however you want, but if you just want it that color, like if you would want just your pencil holder to like just be yellow like this, that's fine. Then you just don't design it. But if you want to design it, like with flowers or whatever you like, go ahead and do that. Okay guys, I finally finished designing mine. So I just drew a flower on the yellow one. And I drew a dog on the blue one. So cute! Okay. So now I have 2 decorative papers because they're decorated. And then I have my third one that's already been decorated. Okay, so after, sorry, that just sounded really kiddish. So now what you're going to do is you're going to actually use the cardboard now before you start anything else. And you're going to grab this one, and you're going to have to use a pen or a marker. I'm just going to use this blue marker constantly. And you're going to put this down. So that it's like this, and you're going to trace the bottom and then cut it out. Try to put it all the way to the side so maybe you can fit another one in. And do that with all 3 of yours. Okay guys, now I have it all. I got 2 in, yay, just barely, I got 2 in. So now I'm going to cut them out to fit the bottom. Okay guys, now I have 2 circles, and I'm actually just going to use this, and I'm going to cut a small little part, like, cut out this part right here, and then I'm going to trace it again and cut the same thing out, so I'll meet you there. Okay guys, so I never showed you my trace, but that's okay. So here's my little circle, and now I have 3 circles. Yeah. So now I have 3 circles, and I'm going to show you what you need to do with them. So you're going to line them up along with your little, so you're going to line them up to the bottom like this, because the bottom needs to be secured and stuff. So you're just going to like put it right there, and then you're going to tape it down, and just then it kind of looks like this. And do that with all of your toilet paper rolls, and I'll meet you there. And just to let you guys know, I figured you'd probably already know this, but in case you didn't know, the way that I'm going to put this and secure it, I'm going to tape it. So like I'm going to grab a little piece of tape here, nice and big so that it goes all the way down. And I'm basically just going to put it here on the bottom, and I'm going to wrap it right down to down here. So that it's like that. And I'm going to do that with both sides. And it's okay because it will be mostly covered up. So meet you there. Alright, so now all of my bottoms have bottoms. Alright, so there we go. So one side is open and one side is shut. So now what you're going to do, kind of obvious, is that you're going to take your paper, oops, only one, you're going to take each paper and you're going to wrap it around like so. And then you're basically just going to tape right there. 2 pieces of tape or 1. And if you had a stapler, because I said regular tape or stapler, then you're basically just going to staple at the top and staple at the bottom. So yes, so then just go like that. And yeah, it may be a tiny bit uneven, but it doesn't really matter. So just, yeah, so let me just tape mine so that I can show you. So I'm going to tape it at the top and the bottom because you can never be too sure, you know. And it can come too loose. So there we go. So now I have a little container that's really cute. And 1 bottom and 1 top. And it doesn't really matter that the bottom isn't colored because it's going to be sitting like this. Ah! Anyways, so I'll meet you when I'm done. Okay guys, so now each of my little papers have a design on them. This one has a little dog, and it is sideways though because it will be standing up like this, but that doesn't really matter. This one has a flower, and this one is the butterflies. So yeah, now they all have bottoms, but it doesn't matter, they're not designed, and they all have designs on them. And now it is time for the very last step that, yeah. So now it's time for the last step. Okay guys, so the last step is that we're going to connect them all together. So I suggest taking your plain sides and putting them all in the middle. So it's going to look like this. Basically they're all going to be together like this. And yeah, so it's going to be like this. So I suggest taking your plain sides. So like I would put these two together because they're plain sides and they're just like that. And then this one, they're all plain sides. And so basically you're just going to connect them like this. And the way that you're going to connect them is you're going to take your duct tape or regular tape. But like I said before, I highly suggest duct tape because it lasts longer and it will probably give you better results. I'm going to cut off this part because this is not very accurate and very good right there. Ugh. Stupid thing. Sorry. Sometimes duct tape can be really annoying. Like, yeah, if you guys have duct tape, I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so take your duct tape, and you're going to get a somewhat big roll here. Well, not that much. Okay, like this much or so. I'm not sure how many inches this is, but just like this much. It doesn't really require that much. Just rip it. I always get a rip right there. Okay, so now you have this much duct tape, and then you're just gonna fold it like this so that all sides are sticky. You're gonna put it on the plain side, whatever side is your plain side, just like this. Then you're gonna connect it with the other plain side of whatever side is your plain side. So that make sure that they're together the same size. There we go. So they're connected like that. And now you're going to need one more piece of duct tape, just as we just did it. And you're going to stick it together with the other side. Basically, it will be a different way a little bit, so I want you guys to stick with me here. So fold it just like this, so all sides are sticky. And you're going to put it on whatever sticky side is yours on the very, very last one. And then you're going to stick it on whatever side you prefer, so either this side or this side. And I think I'm going to go with this side and just make sure it's all lined up. Stick it all together like this. So now you have your nice little pencil holders, and they're all stuck together, and they all, make sure the bottoms are all together like this. And you might have to squish them together a little bit, but try not to squish them completely. And yeah, then just set them on a table. And so yeah, look at my cute little pencils. And sorry, they each have their cute little designs on them. And let me show you what it looks like when they have pencils in them. Okay guys, here's what it looks like. Ignore this castle and everything else. But yeah, let me just sight it. There we go. Just gotta turn your head. Yeah. So here's basically what it looks like. And yeah, so I have my Sharpies in this one. All my Sharpies. I have my pencils in this one, and I have my pens in this one. And so now it's really organized, and it has everything, and we have the cute little designs over here and over here. And yeah, it's really useful. So, and now I can also use my old pencil holders for all my markers. So yeah, that's a win-win. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this craft, and if you make it, please make a video response. Like, seriously, I really encourage you guys to make it super helpful. Yeah, also, I want to tell you that when I was putting my pencils and all that stuff in it, the paper and started to slip. And so make sure that when you go put the paper on the toilet paper or whatever you're using, make sure it's super tight so that it stays secured. So, because then I had to take off the duct tape, and I had to undo the tape and retape it, and it was really hard. So make sure that you don't do what I do, and make sure that you really secure. So yeah, I hope you guys make this craft, and if you do, please make a video of you making it. And please make it a video response, because I would love to see your guys' pencil holder. So yeah, have a nice day, and ya.